Howdy folks, this morning's soap is from RazoRock. What the Puck, this is the blue Barbershop, and it is in a hard puck. It's very hard. I scraped it out using a baby spoon. Put it in my wooden bowl here from the Distinctive Goat. This is walnut and cherry. And it's got spiral grooves going all the way down to the bottom. And this is what I got whipped up so far. This is a wet or a moist lather. This ever-ready brush came by the way of Strike Gold Shave. See, it's a little wet. Kind of helps with the shave with the shavette. Shaver of the day is going to be my Focus Slim Owl. I've already put a hot towel to the face. You might be able to tell I already put some the bloom water and worked it into my face. I'm going to re-wet my face here and get lathered up. I'm going to follow the shave up with the my alum block with the rubber band, Humphrey's Witch Hazel Lilac, and aftershave is going to be Aqua Velva Ice Blue. The blade in the shaver today is going to be a Perma-Sharp, and it's going to be the first time being used. For the most part, these blades are one and done, unless I'm trying to figure out how many shaves I can get out of one, just for the sake of knowing. Most of the time, though, they're one and done. Outside of my Feather Artist Club supers, when we had a pass around from Shavette World, we had Feather RG, and I packaged up the Feather Professionals with it and sent it on down the road, because I don't get real good shaves with them, and thought maybe somebody else might enjoy them. When I was smelling the scent off the puck, it was kind of gave me the impression of a clean scent. And when I scraped it out of off the puck and put it down in the bowl, is when I started to pick up the powder. Thought that was kind of interesting. And here's the shaver of the day. You can see the loading mechanism here. When I had first seen this a good time back, I wasn't interested in getting one of these because I was concerned about this loading mechanism sliding loose while shaving. Yeah, it's a pretty snug fit when you put the blade in there. When the blade's out, yes, it slides real easy. But once you put that blade in there, it's a pretty tight fit. So, I guess you might say my concerns were misguided. It's finally turning off cool here. The matter of fact, I think it's Saturday. It's supposed to be close to 32 degrees. Some people are concerned about stuff freezing overnight. I haven't looked at the updated weather report since yesterday. But yesterday I had Reef Point soaps, Earl Grey and Ginger. Kind of seemed appropriate. I do have some Earl Grey tea at work also. When it comes to hot tea, that's the tea for me. That's what I prefer. I have been for quite a while. My mom is the one that introduced that tea to me quite some time back. Ronnie here, he had his birthday yesterday. Right now, the way I kind of look at, the more birthdays I have, that means the closer I get to retiring. Perma-Sharp, this blade, I don't think it's as sharp as a feather, but it's smoother than a derby. At least in this shaver it is. It wasn't too terribly long ago. I was shaving with the DE and had noticed that decided I'd try a derby blade in it, and it shaved just great. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding the right razor blade and shaver to get a good match. It takes a little bit of effort sometimes. And I mean, it was a good match. It was a really nice shave. I was shocked at how well it performed, considering my past experiences where they've been kind of okay. It's one of those deals where you feel like, I know there's got to be a better blade out there than this one. It wasn't a horrible one, in other words, I still use them. It just left you thinking that there ought to be another one out there. Speaking of blades, the Dorco makes, I guess you might say, private labels, house labels, and one of the labels that they make blades under the name of Pace, and when I first started wet shaving, that's one of the first blades I started to use besides Persona. And as a matter of fact, that's what prompted me to look for Persona, was I got some of those blades, and they shave fine, but they left you with that feeling that there's got to be a smoother blade out there. I don't think they were as smooth as a derby. For all the grief some people give derbies, they like say it just, I think sometimes it also depends on your beard type, and my beard's really hard on a blade. Has been for as long as I can remember. I know sometimes you'll see something along the lines where, we changes with age, and mine may have gotten worse, but I know even when I first started shaving, my beard was hard on a razor. Blades didn't seem to last very long. This soap, and that's what I smile about. I can still smell it. It's not a strong scent. It's just enough there to let you know that it's present. It smells good. This is a really nice shaver. It's well balanced. Was it 24 grams and just under an ounce. With this particular shaver, um, some shavettes you can tell after you used them a little bit that they seem like they get loose right here at the pivot pin, and this one here does not indicate that it's remotely close to doing that. I'd have to say this probably ought to last you a lifetime. Take good care of it. It's all, well, I say all aluminum. I think the pin may not be aluminum, but the rest of it is. That, and since it takes DE blades snapped in half, it gives the shaver an opportunity to pick out the blade that works best for him or her. That is one thing I wish they would come out with. Give it a try. I know it doesn't seem to be exactly in their wheelhouse, but to make a chemist story style of one of these, I know I sure would like it. I'm going to feel around, see if I need to do a cross the grain on my cheeks. Typically I don't have to. Here lately it's been feeling pretty decent. If you're starting out using a shavette, in my opinion, the cross the grain pass is the most difficult, and I have a DE shaver over here, slant, with the blade in it, Persona matter of fact. I always keep over there in case the shave starts to go bad. It does take a certain amount of focus to do these kind of shaves, and if you're not up to speed on it, maybe you're not feeling all that great or you're distracted, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and switch shavers. That's a spot there that I normally don't have to worry about going across the grain, but this morning though is needing some attention. That one there is a pretty tender spot from time to time. So far it's working out well this week. Think I'm going to leave it alone. It doesn't feel too terribly bad. It's close enough. I don't go for a BBS shave. Just smooth and comfortable. This soap is pretty slick. You know, sometimes in a hard puck it may seem kind of hard to tell. Because I know, in my opinion, you know, just put your fingers on the puck, it didn't seem to be all that slick, but once you get started with it, like I say, I like it a little bit on the wet side anyway, so that definitely helps with the glide with the shavette. It seems that most prefer that kind of lather with a shavette or even a straight. My wife, she is getting ready for work this morning. She has interesting hours. Her hours, she starts work at 4:45 and gets off around 12:45. Got the rest of the day to do what you want to do. We'll go ahead and get started here. Yeah, that across the green, I kind of thought maybe it might get a little irritated over there. Just a little bit of stinging. It'll be alright. No weepers. That's a good thing. I still have plenty of lather here in my bowl. My usual routine is right now I would be cleaning out my bowl and brush, letting this dry. If you're kind of wondering if I changed my routine from a video to what I normally do off camera, but don't put everything I normally do on camera because it'll take a little longer. I'm sure you're not interested in me cleaning out my brush. I will tell you that as it goes for Steve Hardy, excuse me, kind of falls in the same vein of thought that soap in a bowl, wash it out. If there's still a little bit in there, does he obsess about getting the rest of it out? No, I leave it in there. It doesn't hurt anything, in my opinion. This one here is the older label. They have changed the label here recently. Like they say, it's the same stuff, just different label. And this restrictor is, let's say it's free-flowing. It's a pretty good size. You do not have to work hard to get any out. Feels good on my face. I really like this aftershave. It's one of those that, how can you say, there's not all that many it's offered in the store around here. There we go, get the glare off of it. Had to replace one of my light bulbs. Got ready to shave and light bulb this one over here. I got two of them up here. Went out on me. Once again, this was a shaver of the day. If this is the first time you've seen it, this is what it looks like on the bottom side. And once you shave with one of these, a little bit of soap does get up in there. So it may take a little bit of effort to get the blade out because, you know, that soap creating a suction. There it is. It's easy to keep clean. That's another thing too that I like about it. It's quick and easy. Hope everybody is doing well. Stay safe. Smooth shaves.